Once you know that the Bedford pie safe that I now own was Aunt Colleen's and became mine when I bought it at her auction. You would think that you'd know everything you need to know about the pie safe if you're a part of our family. But Aunt Colleen told me so much more about that pie safe that I hate to just let that information disappear. Not that it really makes any difference to anyone in our family, but just that the knowledge of the origins of the pie safe exists, and I think it's important that we preserve as much of it as we can. And because Aunt Colleen told me the story about it on multiple occasions, I think she did that because she wanted that story to continue along with the pie safe. So that corner from the alley west to 8th Street and then south to the Grace Methodist Church was a residential area with small framed houses occupying the building lots. On the northwest corner of that street was the Coca-Cola plant. They bottled Cokes in that day when I was a boy at the corner of 17th and H. If you go up to the middle of that block between 17th and H and look east, you're looking today at the United States Post Office. And when you come back down the street to 17th and H and you're still looking east, you're looking at a bank, just green grass going up the bank there. It's between the end of the post office building and then there's a drive-up mailbox there on 17th Street. On that bank sat the house that Aunt Colleen's pie safe was in when I was a boy. And the one on the corner, and I believe it faced 8th Street, belonged to a lady, and I don't know her name, but her daughter's name was Beulah, and she married a man named Farrell Robbins. And Farrell Robbins was, when I was a boy, a police officer in Bedford, Indiana, and he eventually became the chief of police for the Bedford City Police Department. And his wife, Beulah, her mother lived in that house and owned that pie safe when I was a boy, occupying that corner as a safety patrol officer and before that time. In fact, I think when I was younger, maybe 4th or 5th grade, I even was in that house because I sold that lady some greeting cards. When I was a kid, you could order greeting cards, get them, take them out and sell them, and get pennies per box if you wanted cash, but if you wanted to trade your labor in for a prize, you could get a prize, and my prize was a camera. I got can't remember what kind of camera it was. I think it was a Kodak camera. It was made out of maroon colored Bakelite, but that's all I can remember about it. But I got that camera from selling greeting cards, and I'm fairly certain that I sold a box of greeting cards to the lady who lived in that house. I stopped at every house on my way from home to school. The Bedford Fire Department, it's on 8th Street between 20th and 21st Street. Real estate that it sits on sits between 20th and 21st and between H Street and the alley in the middle of the block east of H Street. Bedford Fire Station. Lincoln School was erected in 1903 at the corner of 20th and 8th Streets and was in continuous use through 1958-59. The graceful limestone structure served as a center of community activity for 56 years. The building consisted of 8 classrooms, a basement room, and 2 large halls at the time it was raised. Former teachers, pupils, and PTA members missed the familiar Bedford landmark that was Lincoln School. When I was selling those greeting cards and tried to sell greeting cards to anyone that I could. So that's the house. Phil Robbins' mother-in-law owned the pie safe. Aunt Colleen bought it there at an auction after the government bought all those houses, and before they tore the houses down there was an auction there. Aunt Colleen bought that pie safe at that auction. It had multiple coats of white enamel on it when she bought it. She hand stripped it to make it look like it does today. She even told me more than once, and I was amazed when she told me this, and I would have thought I would never forgotten the number, but I have forgotten. I can't even venture a guess. But she told me how many boxes of toothpicks she used while she was hand stripping that pie safe. And if you wonder what she was doing with toothpicks, the tins, she did not want to use a sharp metal object to get the paint out of the holes in those tins, because that sharp metal object would ruin the patina of the old metal. She used wooden toothpicks to strip that softened paint out of the holes in the tins on that pie safe. And as I said, she told me multiple times how many boxes of toothpicks she used, but I don't remember what it was.